Hey, this is Grady from SUBOVERLAND. In this video, we took out the Hummer for a camping trip, and I'm just going to do a quick little walk around of our setup. Let's get right into it. So if you've seen the channel, you may have seen this Hummer. I believe this is an 04 Hummer H2, and I think I've done a little walk around of this. I've done one video where we took it on a little trip, the maiden voyage. It was really fun. These are great rigs, and I just don't see them being used enough. It's a GM platform, obviously, and it's just a lot of good parts, a lot of good ideas went into these in my mind, but you don't really see them used for what they were intended for, I guess. So this is an 04, like I said, has a 6.0 V8, 4L65 tranny, and then it has a 14 bolt, I think full floater. The front diff is from, I believe, well, it's full-time all-wheel drive, so I believe it's actually from, like, you know, like the 3/4 ton Silverados. It's on 3/4 ton drivetrain, so it's an 8-lug. The frame is like it's a Tahoe, a Silverado, and a Suburban, I think, all mashed, or a Tahoe and a like a 3/4 ton truck, plus its own style too with the frame. So anyway, the frame is completely unique to the H2. Originally these had 35-inch tires, so a 315 70/17. These are 37s. This is a Dynapro, so it's a 37, 12.5, 17. And we did Bilstein 5100 shocks like we do on our Suburbans, and new coils in the rear. So it's just stock height, but you can put 37s on a stock vehicle, which to my knowledge is pretty rare. Slash, I don't know. If you guys know of a vehicle you can put 37s on stock suspension, let me know. But here's our setup in the back. We built out the interior, so it's got, you know, our regular cubbies here. Fridge we have mounted back here because we have it's a 5-seater, making some pinto beans for dinner. So this is our little setup. To sleep in it, it's kind of like our other setups. So you slide, the seat comes forward, and then you slide out the bed platform. Over there is the Delta Max. It's a mess in here, but this is kind of how it gets when you travel with a bunch of kids and stuff. But interior wise, I really enjoy these. These seats are, you know, they're comfy. Just the drivability of this, I think, is great. Parts are still cheap. You know, plastics on these is a little annoying. They're really, you know, I wish they would have used different material, different style of plastic. It really is loud, and it's like, it's just not too hard, I guess you could call it. Sunroof, it's blocked by the our panel. We have a 200-watt panel up top, charging everything. So that's pretty much the rig that we'll be using on this trip. Full-size 37-inch tire in the back. Yeah, they're fun. And then, so here's the Hummer, and then our tent with our trailer. So this is what I have 3 kids, and so this is our typical setup. We'll, you know, pull it with whatever vehicle we're wanting to pull it with. This trip I was like, let's take the H2 out because I think they're cool, and I wanted to see, you know, my opinions on it as far as like fuel economy and how it all turned out. But this is our tent setup. It's a CVT. It's their second biggest one. There's like one that's a little bit bigger, but this thing's massive. It's got The what is it? California King size up top. And we're with family, so got some other rooftop tents and everything. But and this is the trailer that we use. I think you guys have seen this thing also on the channel. It's just a really simple trailer. Rover Off-Road makes them. This thing's on 35s, so it's got really good clearance. Not that we really need that very much. So this is our biggest trip in the Hummer. This is my second time using it for camping, but we did, it's like a 6-hour drive out here. We're in the middle of Utah, middle of nowhere. Interesting place here, but maybe that'll be for another video. But my impressions of the Hummer, on 37s, the 6.0 does all right, but it's not your turbo diesel. You're not gonna win any awards, towing and going up a hill or anything. So you just, it's just regular. Take it easy. It has enough power. It has 410 gearing. Electronic locker comes standard on these, so on the rear diff. So that's really cool. The suspensions it just rides really good. The coils, and it's a torsion bar up front. So I just really like how these things ride. They're a comfy ride. They don't feel too big. And so my impressions of this, honestly, on this trip was great. I got about 12 to 13 miles a gallon. So it's better than what you would think. Most people think these things get like 5. So, they're not that bad. I would definitely use this as an overlanding vehicle. As far as Suburban, there's actually less room in these. They're more of a Tahoe size. And so if you need like more room on the interior, the Suburban's the better choice for some people. But if you're wanting a lot more capability, a locker, you just feel way more confident with this thing off-road. A lot more clearance, awesome approach angles. And so that's why I started, I wanted to build one of these out, because there's superior off-road, and I think they're pretty cool. So anyway, what are your guys' thoughts? Would you have an H2 for your overlanding vehicle? Let me know in the comments, and we'll catch you on the next video.